Nigeria, a name that brings to mind vibrant culture, bustling cities, and a spirit of unbreakable resilience. It's a nation of over 200 million people, a giant of Africa, brimming with potential and promise. But today, Nigeria stands at a crossroads, navigating a series of profound challenges that are testing the very fabric of its communities. This isn't just a news headline, it's the lived reality for millions. From the devastating force of nature to the heartbreaking impact of human conflict, the Nigerian people are facing immense trials. Yet, in the face of adversity, a powerful story of strength, unity, and hope is unfolding. This is the story of Nigeria today, a nation grappling with hardship but determined to rise above it. Let's start with the water. In recent months, what began as seasonal heavy rainfall escalated into a national crisis. Across states like Kogi, Anambra, Delta, and Bayelsa, the landscape was dramatically and tragically transformed. Rivers overflowed their banks, and dams reached their breaking points, unleashing catastrophic floods that swept through communities with terrifying speed. Imagine waking up to find your home, the place you built your life and raised your family, submerged in murky water. Picture entire neighborhoods, once full of life and laughter, now accessible only by canoe. This was the reality for millions. The floods didn't just take homes, they swallowed livelihoods. Vast stretches of farmland, carefully cultivated and relied upon for sustenance and income, disappeared beneath the floodwaters. Markets, the vibrant heart of local economies, were inundated, destroying goods and shuttering businesses. Roads and bridges, the vital arteries connecting communities to hospitals, schools, and essential supplies, were washed away, leaving entire villages isolated. We saw heartbreaking images of families perched on rooftops, waiting for rescue, and people wading through chest-deep water, carrying what little they could salvage. The numbers are staggering. Millions of people have been displaced, forced into temporary camps or seeking shelter with relatives, their lives packed into a few bags. The humanitarian need is immense. Access to clean drinking water, food, and medical care became a daily struggle. For many, this isn't the first time they've faced such a disaster, but the scale of this year's flooding has been unprecedented, leaving deep scars on the land and on the people. It is a stark reminder of the growing threat of climate change and the urgent need for robust infrastructure and effective disaster management systems. But amidst the destruction, the Nigerian spirit of community began to shine through. While the south and central regions battled the floods, communities in the north were facing a different, yet equally devastating, threat. In parts of states like Kaduna, Katsina, and Zamfara, the shadow of violence has once again fallen upon peaceful villages. Armed groups, often referred to as bandits, have been carrying out brazen attacks, sowing fear and chaos. These aren't distant conflicts, they are assaults on ordinary people in their homes and on their farms. Reports paint a grim picture. Gunmen storming villages in the dead of night, leading to tragic loss of life and a wave of kidnappings for ransom. Families have been torn apart, loved ones have been lost in an instant. Many who survive are left with nothing but the trauma of what they witnessed. The constant threat of attack has forced thousands to flee their ancestral lands, abandoning their homes and farms to seek safety in larger towns or displacement camps. This mass displacement creates a secondary crisis, putting immense pressure on resources and fueling a cycle of poverty and instability. Farmers are afraid to go to their fields, children are afraid to go to school, and the simple act of traveling from one village to another has become a perilous journey. The people of these regions are crying out for security. They are demanding that their right to live in peace be protected. The situation has sparked urgent national conversations about the root causes of this insecurity, from economic hardship to the proliferation of arms and the need for a more effective and comprehensive security strategy. It's a complex problem with no easy answers, but for the residents of these affected communities, the need for a solution is a matter of life and death. They are not just statistics in a news report. They are mothers, fathers, and children whose lives have been shattered and whose voices are pleading to be heard. As if these challenges weren't enough, another tragedy struck, this time on the water. On the Yobe River, a routine journey turned into a scene of unimaginable horror. An overloaded boat, carrying far more passengers than it was designed for, capsized. In a matter of moments, the sounds of everyday travel were replaced by cries for help as people were thrown into the churning water. The vessel, a common mode of transport in an area with limited road infrastructure, became a death trap. Rescue teams and local volunteers rushed to the scene, pulling survivors from the river and providing immediate aid. Their heroic efforts saved many lives, but for too many families, the outcome was heartbreak. The search for the missing continued for days, with relatives anxiously waiting on the riverbanks, praying for a miracle. This tragic accident highlights a persistent problem across many of Nigeria's waterways: a lack of regulation, overcrowding, and the use of poorly maintained vessels. For many communities, these boats are not a choice but a necessity, the only way to get to markets, farms, or neighboring towns. Each trip is a gamble, a risk taken out of desperation. This incident serves as another painful call to action, demanding stricter safety standards and investments in safer, more reliable transportation alternatives to prevent such a needless loss of life from ever happening again. Faced with this trio of crises, floods, violence, and tragic accidents, it would be easy to paint a picture of a nation on its knees. But that would be missing the most important part of the story. In Nigeria, adversity has a powerful way of revealing the true character of its people. And what has been revealed is a profound capacity for resilience, compassion, and unity. In the flood-ravaged states, we've seen an incredible outpouring of grassroots support. Ordinary citizens have become first responders. Neighbors with canoes have rescued families stranded in their homes. Local community groups, churches, and mosques have opened their doors to shelter the displaced, organizing collections of food, clothing, and clean water. Young Nigerians have harnessed the power of social media to raise awareness and funds, coordinating relief efforts and ensuring that aid reaches the most remote and hardest-hit areas. These are not government-led initiatives. This is people helping people, a testament to the strong communal bonds that define Nigerian society. Similarly, in the face of violence, communities are finding ways to protect themselves and support one another. Neighborhood watch groups have formed, and inter-community dialogues are being held to foster peace and resist the forces trying to divide them. Survivors of attacks are being supported by their neighbors, who offer shelter, share food, and provide a shoulder to lean on. In the digital space, online conversations are dominated by a deep desire for change. Nigerians from all walks of life are engaging in passionate debates about governance, security, and the future of their country. They are holding their leaders accountable, demanding better infrastructure, more effective emergency response, and a lasting solution to insecurity. This is not a story of despair. It is a story of incredible strength. It is the story of a farmer who has lost his crops to the flood, but is already planning how to replant. It is the story of a mother who has fled her village, but is determined to create a safe future for her children. It's the story of a young activist using their phone to mobilize a generation for change. Nigeria's greatest resource has never been its oil or its land. It has always been its people. Their energy, their creativity, and their unwavering hope in the face of immense challenges are the driving forces that will see the nation through these difficult times. The road ahead is long and will require sustained effort from both the government and its citizens. Building resilient infrastructure that can withstand the impacts of climate change is a monumental task. Reforming the security architecture to protect every citizen is a complex challenge. And ensuring safety on the nation's waterways requires commitment and enforcement. But the conversation has started, and the will for change is palpable. As Nigeria navigates this critical juncture, the world is watching. But more importantly, Nigerians are watching each other, helping each other, and working together to build a safer, more prosperous, and more unified nation. The challenges are real and they are immense, but the spirit of the Nigerian people is stronger. If you found this insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the issues shaping our world. And be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.